Life moves fast, but here we hit pause. Welcome to Foxtails, a place where chaos fades and stories take over. Join us as we explore books that transport us from fantastical realms, heart-pounding mysteries, swoon-worthy romance, to stories that make us feel those real-life connections. I'm Jess.
And I'm Danny.
It's time to grab your favorite drink, find a quiet spot, let's turn the page and disappear for a while.
Welcome back, everyone. We hope you enjoyed our series on Fourth Wing. We absolutely love that book. Highly recommend. Go listen to the podcast if you haven't. It's a more detailed breakdown than what we're going to be doing moving forward. And like we mentioned in the last episode, we decided to kind of take a different journey of how we're going to approach books. We are very excited that we're going to be choosing new books that have TV shows or movie adaptations because we love to compare and contrast. And I think it makes it more relatable for those of you who maybe just want to watch the movie and not read the book, or who want to read the book and don't want to watch the movie because they're afraid of the disappointment. So I'm really excited about this.
I think it's a really good journey to take, and having the comparison between the two, I'm an extremely critical person, so you'll hear that from me a lot. But there are some really good adaptations, and I'm excited to cover those as well.
This first one that we're doing is No Exit. I hope that you're ready for this because we have some strong opinions about both.
Boy, oh boy, do we have opinions.
I kind of was thinking about this book, and it made me think of all the road trips that we've been on as kids together, but also now separately. I was thinking about road trip snacks. What are your favorite road trip snacks?
You do not enter a road trip without a snack. Just saying. It doesn't matter if it's 1 hour or if it's an entire day's road trip. There has to be something in the car, and maybe that's something we learned as kids because I know you're the same.
Yes.
Okay, so road trip snacks, I'm packing my bag no matter what, the 1 hour trip or the 12-hour trip. There's going to be some sort of nut, whether it be a pistachio or some cashews. Those are my favorites.
Yes.
I will have a fruit snack of some sort. If it's going to be my favorite, it's going to be Gushers. So I'm going to have Gushers in there.
Okay.
And then I will also probably have some sort of like cheese, like a string cheese or something like that. And then, of course, a bottle of water.
Yeah, okay, that sounds like great road trip snacks. I'm on board with almost all that, except for the Gushers, not my fave. And I agree with you that we do these little snack packing ordeals no matter how long the trip is, because literally today, me and Jeff went out and we were just going shopping. This was not a road trip of any sorts, but it was approaching lunchtime hour. And I am hangry. I get hangry. And Jeff gets hangry. And when both of us are hangry together, it's never good. So we come prepared so that way we're not yelling at each other while in the store trying to get stuff done. So we packed something just to do chores around the city, which is really ridiculous. But I have to say, mostly savory. I am all about savory. I'm not too much into sweet. I do love having them prepared in my little snack pack. But I would say I like Cheez-Its. I love having Cheez-Its on the road. Those are really yummy.
Yes.
And I like beef jerky and stuff like that too. I think that's a good hearty snack. I agree with the nuts. Some sort of cheese is always nice. We love fruit. So we will always have some sort of fruit with us, whether it's an apple or any fruit. It doesn't matter. We're eating fruit. But if we have something sweet, we like to have peanut M&Ms because it's a little mix of both.
Ooh, yummy.
So
okay, M&Ms are a good travel thing because it's like your own little trail mix. You have the nuts there, you have the M&Ms there.
Yes. So that's what our preferences are, I should say.
Love it. And knowing both of us, you can probably catch us at any time in our life, and we're going to have one of those things inside of our purse.
Oh, yeah.
So if you see us on the street, be like, so what snack is in your purse right now? Well, it's probably Gushers in my purse.
And right now, mine is pistachios. Always. It doesn't matter. Go prepared, people. Never leave in the car without snacks. And honestly, after reading this book, I feel like I need to be more prepared with other things in the car.
Oh, seriously.
And I would say Jeff is more along the lines of being prepared. If Jeff was the main character in this book, we would have stuff stocked in the trunk to take care of all those situations. I promise you. Like
True.
he brings a fire starter with him because he thinks we're gonna get stressed. And like he always has the tools to change our tires no matter what. And we've helped other people change tires on the side of the road. I'm not joking about this. And he has like any survival thing you could think of, Jeff has it in a little pack in our car.
I think if you go on a road trip with just like us together, we have like things to sustain life for a
Yeah.
long period of time because I take everything. I am the type of person who goes somewhere and I'm going to get sick in some way. So I
Yes.
have an entire pharmacy with me. I have my inhaler. I have Benadryl because who knows if I'm going to have an allergic reaction to something. I have cream because what if I fall down and get a scrape? I have Tylenol. I have anything that you can think of. Any sort of medical emergency that you might have. I mean, you fall down and break something. Well, at least I have a Band-Aid for that and probably have something to wrap it up. But I have all the meds you need. You guys have the other things. We're good to go.
Honestly, yes, we need to start traveling in groups now. And I can validate that Jess really does have all this because I remember one time I went to your house after a trip. We were just visiting and you hadn't put away like one of your little bags. It was on the counter. I was like, oh, that's a cute bag. And you're like, oh, that's my medicine bag. And I thought this was a medicine bag that you left at home because this is how large it is when she travels. And she was like, oh no, it's my little travel medicine bag. And she opens it up and she's so absolutely 100% accurate when she says it's like Tums, ibuprofen, different types of Tylenol, icy patches if her shoulder starts hurting, just all sorts of weird stuff. So we would be good in this situation.
We'd be great.
Without further ado, I'm so excited to introduce our next book, No Exit.
This is your one and only spoiler alert. We are covering this book, No Exit, Taylor Adams, cover to cover. We are revealing all of the details. So if you have not read the book or watched the movie, put us on pause and come back and visit us. If you don't care, then just keep us on. Let's get started.
So let's kind of dive into the characters. I think it's good to just introduce all of our little players here.
Okay.
So we'll start off with, of course, Darby, who is our main character. Darby is heading on a road trip to visit her sick mother. She gets stuck in a snowstorm and needs to wait it out at a nearby rest area / visitor center. Is she a very likable character?
Not really.
Along with unlikable characters, we have Ashley. Ashley is in the rest area, and he seems to be actually fairly talkative and charismatic, at first, that is. And he tries to get everyone to participate in games and build a connection between people that are stuck there, which, red flag right there. Then we have Lars, aka Rodent Face, who is actually Ashley's brother. He's antisocial, keeps himself, and gives off the very big creepy vibes. So totally opposite of Ashley. We have Ed and Sandy and their cousins traveling together. Also, quote, stuck at the rest stop. Then, last but not least, we have Jay, who's a little girl who has a very critical role in the book and also has some health issues that we learn about.
I love how the book was split up into times of the day, and it really helps us keep track of how things are moving and realize that the whole book takes place in about 12 hours.
I know that we kind of just went over this like in our notes and everything, but I can't believe of everything that happens in a 12-hour span. I thought it was, I guess maybe I thought it was a shorter amount of time than the 12 hours. Maybe I thought that's kind of long, actually, now that I think about it. For the whole thing, it's very drawn out, but it's centered all in one area. Kind of like Reservoir Dogs. It's just one setting.
It's funny that I was thinking about The Pit or the TV show 24, where everything is done hour by hour. And so each episode takes place in a 1-hour segment. And I feel like this book is kind of the same. Not that they're hour segments, but it's just the entirety of the book is in just that 12-hour period, and just like the entire series of one of those shows is just that one day in the life.
Hmm.
So I thought it was a pretty cool way to read a book where most of them take place over a long period of time.
Well, that and the chapters are timestamps.
Mhm.
So there's no chapter names, it's just timestamps, which I thought was really cool and creative. So I do like that. I thought that's the first time I've read something that's done that way. So
Yeah,
very different. Like that.
very different. Let's talk about Dusk.
Okay, here we go. Dusk.
So we have Darby inside the car. She's having some car trouble. We already know she's on her way to go visit her sick mom. And she runs into car trouble and pulls off to the side of the road to a visitor center slash rest area. Once she gets in there, she sees Ashley. Ashley is being very helpful and says, "Hey, you can go try to find service at this one area of the rest stop. I'll walk you out there." And so she does, and she tries to find cell service, which is doesn't work.
Spotty at best.
Spotty, right? And her cell phone is dying. She has no service, so she's kind of SOL, stuck there for the night until the snowstorm lets up. But on her way back, she sees inside of this van a tiny hand, which is
Which,
kind of creepy.
yeah, extremely creepy because at this point I was like, ghost? Is she seeing
Right.
things? Are we like kind of getting some weird like supernatural vibes here? But I'm glad it didn't go that way because I would have been out.
I kind of wish it was ghosts as we
I'm
get to
sure
the
you did.
end. It not just because a good ghost story. Well, I'm scared of ghost movies, but a good ghost story would be better, or paranormal would be better than the reality of what
Oh
happened, I
hell no,
think.
I would be out. I'd be closing that book in seconds. Anyway, Darby heads back in after seeing the hand, and everybody's inside playing card games, like totally nonchalant. After she just saw a creepy hand in a van window, now she goes inside. Everybody's playing games, doing their own thing. And Darby's new mission is to try to match who the car belongs to, because of course there's some weirdo that she's trapped in there with, and she's like, I need to kind of figure out who is who in this game, because I mean, what if you're sitting next to the weirdo?
Right, she doesn't know anybody. And so she's kind of doing exactly what we would do, is sit back and watch
Uh-huh.
and just try to figure out who this creepo is. And we definitely have the one person who's giving off super creepy vibes. And so, of course, I mean, the first thing that I would try to do, even without cell service, is you have to leave some sort of trace, right?
Right, right.
So she does the right thing. She sends messages to her mom, tries to send a message to the police. She knows she's at a rest stop. She gives the rest stop name. She knows that there's a hand out there. And so does what I think is right, and then goes to try to find cell service again. And that ends dusk time.
And we quickly move on to night. Night starts out and really starts getting into the meat of the story, I would say. Darby decides to go back outside and kind of investigate what's going on with this hand that she saw. When she goes back out, she goes to the van, and actually, when she goes in over there, she sees a little girl inside the van, which is really, really creepy.
Not just the little girl, though, but she's inside of like a dog
I
cage.
know. It's horrific. It's not a good picture, but I guess the fact that there's actually a human in there is both like, okay, I didn't see something for Darby. There's actually something that going on and now I have to
True.
act on it.
And she's
So,
alive. So
right. Right. So, all these things, Darby decides to unlock the doors to the van. And when she crawls in the van, Lars, rodent face, sees the van light on side from inside of the rest station, or whatever you want to call it that they're at. Darby starts to chat with this girl that's in the van and discovers her name is Jay. As they're chatting, she hears someone approaching, which she marks by the mouth breathing.
he just
And
seems like a really disgusting person.
yeah, he
And
does. Like kind of greasy, right? Like
right.
just really
Like, you can
gross.
hear him, you can smell him, he has just, like,
Right.
this face, yeah.
Just all the things of a really unattractive person. Anyway, she hears somebody coming. She hides in the van, of course, because she doesn't want to get caught by whoever it is. Then, her secret is blown. Well, she finds out as this person enters that it is Lars that's the van belongs to. Lars starts kind of taunting Jay in a weird way.
He's, like,
But
really gross, though. Like, he's, like,
yeah,
farting, and he's just, like, being disgusting, and it's like, you have a child stuck in this van, right?
I
This
think
is
he might be a little bit challenged, like a little bit on the, challenge
maybe.
side. I don't that's what I
Possibly, or
gathered.
he's just a really gross human. I
Could
don't
be.
I don't think I'm gonna give him the credit of having any sort of mental disability. I think
Fair
he's
enough.
just disgusting.
Fair enough. Like, yeah, we can't blame everything on some mental health
Right. I
issues
think he's
because I
just a
think he's
gross
just a
guy.
he's just a bad human all
Mhm.
around. Anyway, Darby's hiding inside of the van and she goes totally unnoticed, which is actually pretty amazing because I can't imagine being in that situation and, being nervous and everything. After Lars leaves, Darby decides, I should probably get something to, protect myself in this whole situation. So she gets her Swiss Army knife out of her car, which I guess if that's all you got, that's all you have. And meanwhile, Ashley's inside and he's talking about magic tricks and just really weird chat. One of the weirdest things that I got out of this is as they're doing their little circle time chat thing, that he starts engaging in what people's biggest fears are. And it's strange. It's very strange. And I forgot to mention too, also Darby goes back inside the rest area at this point. And so they're all chatting. And and she's witnessing, you know, Ashley talk about what his biggest fears are and asking other people what they are. Which don't ask me that on the it's like a weird question. I just met
Especially
you.
exactly, like, I don't even know you. I have no issue telling, in conversation with people that I know and that comes up and like, "Okay, what's your biggest fear?" Okay, well, it's probably the creepy crawly bugs. I
Oh
hate
my
bugs.
gosh. You and your bugs. I swear Jess really does have an issue with bugs. That's probably her. It is your biggest fear, isn't it? Bugs.
Well, okay, it's not a bug itself. I know they're helpful. I appreciate bugs for what they do, except for ants. Like, what is really their purpose on Earth? Except for to, like, at the most inconvenient time, enter my bathroom or my kitchen, right? It's always. But it's the bugs that you can't see or you lose. That is what the fear is. It's okay, there's a spider in my house. Great. Especially a daddy longleg. Those are good spiders. They eat the ugly, nasty spiders. They're good, they're scary. I can keep you around because I could see you. But the moment that I can't see you, then we enter danger zone and I don't know where they are. So they have to be taken care of before they disappear.
Well, okay, we're just gonna sidetrack just a little bit since we're already getting down this path. But I remember when I was younger, I walked into your room and I saw Jess looking like bowing to the four corners of her room. And I'm like, what the hell is she doing?
Pray to the gods.
Like, what is she doing? And I was like, hey, what's going on? And Jess specifically told me that every night before she goes to bed, she had a ritual where she looked at the four corners of her room to make sure there was no spiders.
That is
What
because
a freak.
I had a room built inside of the garage where there's a bugs. I saw a bug, and so I have to make
Sure you
sure that
did.
its brothers and sisters and cousins also aren't there.
Sure you did. Okay. Anyway, so Jess
What's
is
your
gonna do
fear? What's
I
yours?
honestly I probably like the deep depths of the ocean really freak me out. I know that seems like a
That's just like an
stupid
idea though. Like
I
bugs are
know.
actually here.
Okay,
The
well,
depths of the ocean is just some idea.
also that and like space really freaks me out. So I think just like the vast unknown really is freaky to me. I don't know if that's a stupid fear, but it's my fear, so there you go. Anyway, we're talking about biggest fears in this little circle time in the rest area, and Ashley mentions that his biggest fear is door hinges.
Really weird.
That is strange. I mean,
I don't even know
whatever,
what to think, but
right?
okay, a door hinge or how about this, Black Widow? Which one? Which one, Ashley, is scarier?
Ridiculous. Okay. Anyway, so Darby, for some reason, feels like she has built this camaraderie with Ashley at this point, enough so to pass him a note.
This part is very, I'm going to use the word interesting, because
Shot.
this is where she becomes kind of like unreliable, in my opinion. And
Yes.
as the main character, you're like, you've known this guy for 2 seconds. How do you put enough trust in him to pass him a note? And not only a note, like she's like, hey, go meet me over here. There's something really important I can tell you. From a guy's point of view, what the hell do you think he thinks that means?
So, like, well, and I got from the book too that they're similar in age.
Hmm.
So I can only imagine what that insinuated.
Right.
You
So
know?
she's like, meet me in the bathroom. He's like, girl, I'm there. Let's go. So he meets her in the bathroom and she tells him literally everything. She gives him the whole life story of her walk out to find cell service, finding Jay. She tells him about that she has her one weapon, her Swiss Army knife. She tells him all of these things, and then at the same time, Lars walks into the bathroom. And in my opinion, they hear him walk in, the
Yeah.
nasty breathing.
God, it probably sounds terrible over the microphone.
That's probably what he sounds like.
Yeah, it's true.
So he walks into the bathroom, and Ashley, in instinct to, cover up anything that they're doing, kisses her, which in return causes Lars to walk out of the bathroom. He doesn't want to interrupt what's happening. Darby and Ashley devise a plan in which includes him attacking Lars and trying to like hold him captive, her going and saving Jay from the van, and it seems like a great plan. She's like, "Here, let me give you, I don't remember what it was. It was some like her sock or something so that he could put rocks in it and attack Lars.
Oh, right, right. I it might have been a sock. I don't quite remember, but yes, I agree. Some
Something.
sort of something
Right.
apparatus.
Some sort of weapon that he has. And so, plan. All right, let's start the plan. She goes back into the lobby area and the radio comes on saying what has happened and realizes that they're actually going to be stuck there for a very long time. So, it's really good that she has this plan with this super reliable source, Ashley. And, you guys play your games. Darcy says, I'm going to step outside.
Also, not Darcy, Darby, just to clarify.
Oh, that's a just typo. Darby steps outside and expects Ashley to follow her. And so she goes, well, she expects Lars to follow, and then Ashley will follow Lars and knock him on the head. Whole thing.
It's a whole plan. It's a whole thing.
It's a great plan. And she gets to the van. She is there with Jay, and she realizes that Lars is not following her out. At the same time, while she's waiting for this nasty fella to step outside and follow her to the van, she understands that there is not just like they have a gun. Lars has a gun, but also a nail gun. And then at the same time, before Lars even walks out those damn doors, that little girl opens her mouth.
And there's not one, there's two people who this van belongs to.
Yep.
Honestly, Jay, why couldn't you have led with that? There's some important things that you lead with. So, for all of you listening, if you ever find yourself in this situation, lead with how many people have abducted you.
Give all the details. Tell me what weapons are there. Tell me how many people. Tell me like everything that's happened so that if one of us survives, we can tell the story.
Right. Right. All Jay had to say, two guys kidnap me. That's it.
Right. And they had a conversation. Like she was
Right.
talking to Darby before. It's not difficult to be, and they were mentioning Lars. What about the other one? How does that not go into your little tiny brain?
I mean, honestly, we have to give Jason slack. It's not all her fault. She's the victim in this situation.
She
But
is, and she is a child, and her brain is not fully developed. I get it. But there are two people.
yes, there are two people. And that's when Ashley, Darby sees Lars in the doorway. But it's not just Lars in the doorway. No, no, no. Ashley is also there, wielding his makeshift weapon.
Yep. And not using it. He's not smacking Lars over the head. No.
No. We're just sitting there. Probably now, Lars and Ashley are now devising a plan because, lo and behold, that second person is Ashley. Lars, Ashley together, big mess. Which leads us into the next section: midnight. Midnight starts with Darby giving Jay the little pocket knife thing that she had and trying to get Jay to saw herself out, because we know at this point Jay is also tied. So she was in a cage and she's tied. All terrible, but hopefully this little pocket knife thing helps out. What is it called? Not a pocket knife. Is that the right word?
Swiss Army knife.
Swiss Army knife. Thank you.
Little tiny knife that's going to cut through bars. It's going to work.
It's a great plan. She's a planner. But Lars confronts Darby, and Darby's like, oh no, this is not good. I better run back into the visitor center and go straight to the bathroom, because apparently being alone in the bathroom is the smartest choice. I just don't think
this is what I mean by she's not likable. She's irritating.
Yes.
And
she's the stupid person in a scary movie.
Exactly. You're like, you're going to die at some point because of your stupidity.
Yes.
And you're going to get others killed too.
Yes.
That's how I feel at this point in the book.
Yeah, it's a little frustrating.
I'm honestly not attached to her. I don't care what happens.
The only person we care about really at this point is poor Jay that's stuck in this cage outside in the snow. It's freezing, the whole thing. So Darby, after her quick escape to the bathroom, she runs back into the lobby, and of course, Ashley's back inside because he's not going to sit out in the snow. He has nothing to be scared of. He's the one causing all the issues, him and Lars. So Ashley says, you know what? We did some communicating earlier with the little secret napkin. I'll do it again myself. So Ashley passes her little secret napkin note. And Ashley reinitiates playing more games because this is the appropriate time for games, I guess. I
think he just is really, really trying to sell himself as just like a happy-go-lucky good guy. And he's winning over Ed and Sandy for sure.
Oh, yeah. And, schmoozing. He's a schmoozer, and that's how he won over Darby, clearly. So he must be a really good-looking dude. I mean, to be so charming. There's
some people who are just super charismatic that people just adore, and and sometimes if you don't fall for that, or if maybe you're just not into it, you're just like, I don't understand the draw that they have, and I don't know. I mean, that would be it would be a plus if he was really good looking.
Yeah, well, maybe, but this is in no way a romance novel, so don't get excited, people. But Ed, he revisits the biggest fear question, which, why are we bringing this back up? Let's just leave that in the dark.
Just shut up.
Yeah, just stop. But new question comes up. What are our favorite movies? So we're kind of lightening the mood a little bit here, from door hinges and biggest fears to favorite movies. And somehow Ashley finds alone time with Darby and tells her, of course, hey, you better not say a word.
And I think during this time, it's just he's being very super aggressive, but in a way that nobody else realizes it except for Darby.
Right.
And so he's being aggressive with his note. He finds his alone time with her and actually slams her face into the table, going unnoticed, other than she has a bleeding nose now. And how does it not go unnoticed? I don't know. Other than the people in the room literally have nothing going through their brains. Because in my mind, if I'm stuck inside of this place with 5 people, I have notes on every single one of those people.
Yes. These people must just have TV static as brains. I don't know.
Right. How do you not notice this? So now Darby has bloody nose face, and she goes yet again into her safe zone, the bathroom, and is trying to escape through the window. And she notices Lars outside with the gun. And Ashley walks into the bathroom and covers her face with a bag. What a great way to die.
Yeah, I know. Honestly, don't isolate yourself. There's a solution. It's like when you're choking on food, a lot of people want to go like and hide and like because it's like an embarrassing thing, and then they end up like dying from it. You need to get somewhere where you can get help. And Darby's just like secluding herself and every chance she gets. It doesn't make any sense.
I don't understand. What is the harm with these two? Yes, maybe they're not the most intelligent people, Ed and Sandy sitting in there, but
Hmm.
you could just out Ashley and Lars.
Right.
Then you have at least 3 against 2. You have
Right.
something. Like in my brain, if I'm Darby, I'm dying no matter what. So
Right.
why the hell not do it? Like
Fighting.
exactly. But
There's
no, let's go into the bathroom and start getting suffocated.
right. Well, and there's power in numbers, people. Just remember that.
Right.
So, meanwhile, Jay is cutting through the bars of this little kennel that she's in. And for some reason, Darby meanwhile, so that's going on with Jay. She's able to get through these bars, escape out of that. But Darby is also able to escape. How she does this, I don't know. It's through the window, and she realizes that she has Ashley's keys in this like scuffle that they have, and decides to take them to the van with Jay and try to escape. But when she gets to the van, lo and behold, van is empty.
So Darby is outside trying to find where the hell this child went after she escapes from the van. And Ashley and Lars are trying to call out to Jay, trying to convince Darby to call out to Jay. Well, one, I get it. Like it's a kid in the middle of a snowstorm. So safety is important, but I honestly don't think that that's what their
No.
thoughts are. They're not thinking of her safety in the cold. They just want her back, so she doesn't tell the story. And there's a kerfuffle that happens in the parking lot. Darby is smart for once in her life and is able to like distract Lars and Ashley so that Jay can get into the rest area. So 1 point for her so far in this book. Distracting them.
Only one.
only one. She gets back into the rest area ahead of Lars and Ashley, and she sees Jay safe there with Sandy. Whew, little breath of relief there. And she quickly, as fast as she can, warns Ed and Sandy about what is going on. And so they devise a plan to kind of barricade themselves inside of this visitor center, which is a smart move. Again, 3 heads are better than 1.
Mm-hmm.
We're barricading ourselves inside of here. If nothing else, at least they can freeze out there in the snow. Maybe they can't do much more, but they have that. But at the same time, while they're barricading themselves, Jay tells Darby not to trust Ed and Sandy.
Again, Jay. Come on.
I think maybe she moved it a little bit quicker. We don't know why, but at this time, if I'm Darby, I'm thinking, well, shit, like this is really it. I can't trust anybody here except for, and I don't even know if I can trust this child. Who the hell knows?
Right.
She's lied to me twice now.
Well, not lie, just withheld important information.
So she does, I think what I probably actually would have done this a long time ago, sends a final message to her mom, just preparing for the possibility that she is going to die, saying goodbye, saying, I'm sorry. Okay. I would have done the same thing.
Making amends.
Exactly.
Her
Exactly.
final like, I'm sorry. This is it.
This is it. Darby, at this point, we mentioned earlier that Jay has a health condition and she has to receive shots. And Darby learns that she has not received her shots. So she is at a very, very critical very critical condition right now. And she needs her medicine. There's crazy people outside about to come inside, or at least trying to come inside. And there's 2 people that she cannot trust inside the building. Really, really standing on high ground right now. And Jay tells Darby that Sandy reminds her of her school bus driver. So I think this is why she's saying don't trust them, is because she realizes that she actually knows Sandy. And, well, surprise to us, Sandy shows her true colors and sprays Darby with pepper spray.
And another one bites the dust. Seriously, now we're trusting nobody. At this point, nobody.
Right. Nobody. I got a broken nose, most likely, and now pepper sprayed eyes. Things are going great for me. Which leads us to The Witching Hours, the perfect title.
Yeah, I do. I do love the title of this because it's those weird hours of the night. And I don't know if there's any truth to this, but I truly feel like these hours, which is from 3:33 a.m. until 6:01 a.m., are considered in this book the witching hours. Do you know anything about that? Is that like a real
It's
thing?
just it is. It's called The Witching Hours for a reason. I believe it's based way back to like before the Salem witch trials, when like the witch trials were happening in Europe,
Hmm.
and that they believe that's when witches would act, is during those really dark times of night. I believe, I don't, if you know more, like I love the Salem witch trials, I do know a lot about that, but like as far as the term witching hours, I believe that's where it came from.
Yeah, if anybody knows, please let us know. We're just kind of guessing and putting things together. Obviously, at this point, everyone's a bad person, including Sandy. We don't quite know about Ed, actually, but Sandy, bad person. She's now added to the list of horrible people in this, I don't know, craziness.
Bad, bad, bad.
Yeah, bad. But Darby and Jay, they end up escaping the building. I'm going to guess through her little bathroom exit. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there.
She loves the
But
bathroom.
she does. Lars, of course, follows shooting the gun. And as Darby's escaping, she tries to get in a car. And when she gets in this car, it gets stuck in the snow, of course. I mean, everything else has gone wrong. Why not this? And Darby gets a message that 911 is actually on the way. So something went through. Finally, a signal. We have 2 points for Darby
Yes.
now. And of course, Ashley is now, everyone's pursuing Darby at this point. Ashley, Lars, she's wanted. And Ashley wants to kill Darby creatively with a nail gun. And which is a horrific way to go. My husband does woodworking and stuff like that, and that would be just terrible.
No.
But Darby says to Ashley, "Hey, bud, it's best not to kill me because I have the keys, and guess what? I hid them."
Mhm.
And of course, Ashley's like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" When you check the pockets, like Chandler with the ring and Friends.
That's a good one.
So back at the visitor center, Ed is severely injured and Sandy is trying to help him. So the only other possibly good person, which we don't know, Ed at this point, he's down and out. There's no help coming from him. And Ashley ends up forcing Darby to tell him more about her mom. And for some reason, she complies and reveals her challenging past with her mother and their entire relationship, which why I mean maybe she's threatened, like
maybe she's
I
like
don't
trying
know.
to pull like the sympathy card,
Oh,
like if you make
possibly.
them feel bad for you, then they're gonna leave you alone.
That's a good thought. That
Isn't
could
that like
be
one of like the rules that
tactic.
like if you get kidnapped, you like make up a bunch of shit like I have kids, they're gonna miss me, and my husband's gonna be sad. I'd be really bad at that. Apparently, I don't. How do I pull?
You're not very convincing.
Because I'm not like sympathetic. I'd be like, so.
Oh wow. Okay, Jess, possible killer.
No.
So Ashley threatens Darby, which is this is tells you how crazy Ashley is. But after she's explaining her challenging relationship with her mother, Ashley threatens Darby to crush her fingers if she doesn't tell him where the keys are. And he's already afraid of door hinges because of this very reason. So he wants to reenact his greatest fear. Psycho.
Like a little bit crazy here. A little bit. But maybe he feels like because it's his greatest fear, like doing that to somebody else can like, I don't know, make it their greatest fear now
I
too.
don't, it's just psychotic to me because there's never any universe I would say, "Hey, if you don't comply, I'm going to take you down to the deepest depths of the ocean."
This
I
is
would be
true.
like, I'm not going down there.
This is true. I'm never gonna go grab a crazy, scary looking bug and threaten somebody with a black widow. You're not gonna get me close to that bug. This
No.
is true.
But which is even more psychotic about this is, he threatens to crush the fingers if she doesn't tell. And guess what? He does.
He does. He
Sicko.
slams her fingers into the door hinge, and he, during this time where she is completely helpless, reveals the plan for Jay. And if you thought he was mad to begin with, he goes to a completely different level because we
Mm-hmm.
learn that he's on his way to Uncle Kenny's house. And I imagine Uncle Kenny is a lot like Lars, and
Yes.
like the grossness of who he is, his demeanor and his look,
Mm-hmm.
because we understand that Uncle Kenny is a trafficker, a human trafficker, and it's disgusting.
When I think of Uncle Kenny, I think of like the worst people that they show in the show Criminal Minds. Like,
Oh, I
I
haven't
don't
watched
know,
that.
just it'll mess you up. Don't watch it. It's terrible. But it's bad acting too. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But it just reminds me of like those horror stories in Criminal Minds where it's just like some secluded land somewhere and there's some creepo out there that's been doing weird stuff that nobody knows about for a long time. That's
Oh,
Uncle Kenny.
that is Uncle Kenny for sure. And Ashley is revealing his plans. We learn that Sandy has been a part of this the entire time for money.
Mm, 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 mm.
And so her goal is she didn't even know Ashley and Lars to begin with. They are just some random hired people to try to make money. And I think she is rightfully killed. Like, you know what, lady? You 1,000,000% deserve this.
Well, I like in Jess's notes, she wrote this. She said Sandy is killed via neck break. Like, just very nonchalant.
She's a terrible person.
Yeah, she is.
There's a special place in hell for her for starting this entire thing, and she's gonna go there. So
Yep. Yeah, well, too bad for you.
good luck.
Bad choices.
Bad choices. Darby realizes that she made a mistake during this time. So she's gotten the communication before about where that the police are on the way, but she realizes as she's looking around where she is that she gave them the wrong visitor center.
So
And
minus 1 point. We're back to just one, I think.
yeah, I think we
Darby.
lost the point.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're back at 1 point, and they're not coming. They're not coming to help you. They're going to go help someone else stranded at a visitor center who probably has a bunch of nice people who are playing games together.
They're drinking hot chocolate.
drinking hot chocolate, seeing
Puzzles.
karaoke and puzzles. It's a great over
Oh
there.
gosh. Can you imagine being stuck with somebody who sings like constantly, like the entire time
No,
at a visitor center? Like just really
no,
hokey songs.
no, I can't, because I can imagine a person that I know who's like that I've worked with in the past who's this person, and being stuck with them for 12 hours with nothing to do. I would turn into Lars and Ashley, I think. So Sandy is rightfully killed. Police aren't coming, and unfortunately, Ed is killed via nail gun.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye, Ed. I'm sorry. We don't know much about him. I wasn't really
No.
attached to him. I think he might have been a decent person, but gets also bad points for being connected to Sandy. So
Yeah.
sorry.
Guilty by association.
Exactly. We set the visitor center on fire. And that sends everybody running outside, and we see headlights in the distance, which happens to be a snowplow. Great. There's at least somebody. It might not be the police, but it is somebody.
Hope.
And so Darby sends Jay heading towards the snowplow and is just like, okay, you screwed up last time. You go to the snowplow and you tell them everything. And so she does. She runs towards the snowplow, and Darby gets more information about Uncle Kenny from Ashley. And I'm curious as to why he sees the headlights as well. And why is he suddenly sharing more information with her? I don't know.
Odd timing to have a little kumbaya moment.
Exactly. Darby shoots Ashley. Take that. And Darby realizes that like she also has been shot, but not by Ashley, by random police that have actually showed up. So yes, they went to the wrong center, but they moved on. They actually found where she's supposed to be. All those people singing and praying over the fire. The police is like, well, this is the wrong spot. I'm gonna keep
Clearly
going.
clearly it's not these people.
It's not them. I'm gonna keep going. And she realizes she's been shot by the police, which kind of makes sense. You're a cop driving up to this scene, and this lady is shooting at this guy. You obviously think that she's the person who
Hmm.
needs to be shot at,
Reasonable.
right? But not so reasonable because Ashley shoots at the that we've forgotten a death. Maybe because I really don't care about him.
Oh, yeah, that's true. We should circle back to that real quick. And that is our dear friend Lars. Lars is a goner, people.
How he died, it doesn't matter. He deserved
No.
it.
Yeah, bye, Lars.
Bye.
Take your greasy hair with you. Okay, now we're moving on to the last section of the book, which is Dawn. Dawn starts with Ashley looting all of the cop's stuff, and which includes, of course, his gun. I mean, because that would be the most reasonable thing to grab when you're looting. And he starts shooting at the snowplow driver. Well, Jay, somehow in this mix, picks up the gun and starts shooting. Well, Ashley is kind of, this macho character, of course, who thinks that he can't die. He's invincible.
Mhm.
Well, much to his chagrin, Ashley is shot and dies
Hi, Ashley.
by Jay, which is just really hilarious. Poor little girl. She's so traumatized.
Seriously.
First in a cage and then she has to kill somebody. That's just too much for, anyone under the age of 15. I mean, even
For
over
anyone,
over
any
15.
person.
But
Any
especially
person.
under. But Darby, she has this impending death, right? She's shot. She's not doing too hot. Well, she asked Jay to write a note for the police. So that way she can give some identifying information about Uncle Kenny and all of his crazy business that he does.
Mhm.
Because, somebody's got to say something. Well, after she writes a note, Darby slips into unconsciousness.
And Jay is saved by the police that come and eventually show up. At this point, I think I'm happy with the result.
Yeah, and it's so anticlimactic. And that's it.
But it
And
is. She's just like unconscious. The end.
right. Well, and also the epilogue is where we learn, a little bit more, which is where Jay is visiting what we thought was Darby's grave with her parents. But we learn in the epilogue, it's revealed that Darby's actually alive, and we think that maybe she's visiting her mom's grave. And which is really sad. So Darby's mom ended up dying through this whole thing, but Darby is alive and Jay is reunited. So happy ending, I guess.
It is a happy ending. It also makes me think of like, did her mom get her final note? Did she get the I'm
Yeah.
sorry? We don't know any of that. We know that they were on, rocky. They had a rocky relationship, and Darby was really trying. So I don't know, but I think it was a good ending. I think it was a good book overall. What are your thoughts?
I think that the book was actually really good because there were some parts I'm like, oh my gosh, that just happened. Oh my gosh. And, the setting doesn't change much, like I said. And so the whole time you're in this visitor center and you're kind of just in this same environment constantly. But I think that overall, the book was an easy read and I actually enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I wasn't very invested like I was like in other books that we've read so far, like The Fourth Wing. You're really invested in the people and their development
Right.
and what's happening. There's not much character development. It's kind of stagnant.
I think that really was the point in the book that I did not like is I like being invested in a character, whether it's good investment or bad. For Darby, I was just like, I really don't care. And for the other
Yeah.
characters, I mean, there were some that I definitely hated. And honestly, I think I hated Uncle Kenny the most.
Yes.
And he had like such a short role inside of the book. But in my mind, there's like a whole after story in which, he's sitting at his house with like people in his basement and there's like a knock at his door. That's like
Yes.
the epilogue for me that like I want to see.
Right.
But that's okay. Overall, I think it was, if I'm going on a 0 to 10, because we know that you like a 0 to 10 scale.
Yeah, we're not doing the fives.
If I'm going 0 to 10, I would say I'm going to give it a 7 because it was an easy read. It was there was like thrilling parts, there were exciting parts, and those nasty parts of like the fingers getting smushed and like all the like it was pretty gory,
Like
which
the nail gun thing.
I
And
liked it.
yeah, that it was gory. And I will say that it kept my interest. The book kept my
Mhm.
interest the entire time. I didn't lose interest in it, and it was very easy to follow. This is a book I actually read, and I didn't do audio. So
Same.
very easy read. You can pick up kind of whenever, like, you're on a train to work or bus or whatever, you could be reading it. It's not something you have to have a lot of focus in. So overall, it was a good book. I mean, I probably honestly won't read it again, but
Right.
good book overall.
Yeah, and if
And
somebody asked me how I like, "Oh, would you recommend it?" I'd be like, "Yeah, give it a read. It's
yeah,
like it's a weekend read, you'll get it finished." I
yeah.
feel completely different about the movie.
Oh gosh, don't even. What an embarrassment.
I'm embarrassed for the author
I
to
know.
have to be associated with that.
I
It
know.
was so bad, and the characters did not align
Nope.
correctly,
Nope.
and Darby was a completely different person, even more unlikable.
They changed the entire story.
Yes.
So like the I don't know if you just said that or not because I was kind of just thinking as you were talking,
No, I didn't.
but they changed the entire story for Darby in the beginning, and automatically when I was watching it, I told Jeff, I was like, "Am I watching the right movie? Is this the right movie to the book? No Exit, because it's not even doesn't even align with the book." And
It doesn't. The
like,
things that align is she is in a snowstorm, she's in a visitor center, there is a trapped child, there are crazy people.
that's about it. And like
Mhm.
even Sandy, she's like the housemaid for Jay in the
And she's, like,
movie.
bitter. She's
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And Jay's
And
like some little brat.
yes, exactly. Like nothing really aligns. And also, I feel that the characters that, or the characters, what am I saying? The actors that they selected were meh, like for the movie.
True. Okay, it was a made-for-TV movie, and we
It
already know how
was.
those go.
It
So,
was.
there's that part, but at the same time, when I'm reading a book, have a picture of how a character should look like.
Sure.
And in something like I'm gonna give The Hunger Games as an example. I
Yes.
think that those characters aligned beautifully. Was it
Yes.
perfect? It was not perfect, but they did align really well, where this was not the case. And
Right.
so I'm just
Right.
really upset, even with the name Ashley, and they changed it to Ash. Like, what is the
Why?
like, why did you have to do that? There was a
Yeah.
point, like, he didn't like his name for a reason. And
Right.
so you should get like, I don't know. It's just things like that just irritate me.
Honestly, I would not recommend the movie at all. Like, if you're gonna read the book, just read the book because it's a lot better than the movie. I asked Jeff because he's not reading the book. I said, "Hey, what did you think about the movie?" He said, "Well, I didn't read the book, but I thought the movie was okay." So for him to say that the movie was just okay and
Mhm.
have no context to the book, that kind of tells you where it's at. I feel
Yeah.
very sorry for our poor author here, because I don't know. It's just terrible that they did that to her, creativity in her book.
Yeah, they did you wrong. So if you really dislike a person, suggest the movie instead of the book.
Yeah, yeah. But if you're listening to us, read the book. Don't watch the movie. But I am excited about our next choice, which is Remarkably Bright Creatures. I can't wait because the movie's coming out, or can we call it a movie? A show
It
adaptation? What do we
okay,
call this?
Netflix does so much better.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to I've watched the trailer already, and that's because I've also finished the book. So I allowed myself to do that.
Fair enough.
And so I am very, very excited for the movie to come out and excited to talk about it because actually I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to give any spoilers right now. I'm just excited.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to the movie. So next time that you join us, make sure you have read the entirety of Remarkably Bright Creatures.
And watch the
And
movie because we're going to watch it first.
yes, that's true. We're going to do both at the same time. We hope that you really enjoy this new kind of style that we're doing because I think it's more relatable. Books and movies, it's something that anybody could pick up and listen to.
Agreed.
But As we close today's chapter, remember this. Whether you are escaping for comfort, courage, or just a little quiet, books are always waiting for us. So until next time, keep turning those pages and don't forget to follow, like, subscribe, all the things. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. I'm Danny.
And I'm Jess.
And this is Foxtails.